Hey everybody, gonna talk a little country and western today, so put on your two-stepping shoes and saddle up. This is the Boomer Island Podcast. Welcome ashore, friends. Well, hey everybody, how y'all doing today? I hope this finds you healthy and happy. I truly do, and I appreciate you listening to me today on Boomer Island, taking some valuable time out of your day to listen to me hammering on. But yeah, I wanted to talk about a great loss in country and western music particularly, and in music overall by the iconic, legendary country artist Toby Keith. He recently passed away, went into the great beyond, and I got to tell you, as far as celebrity deaths go, didn't register real high on my celebrity death meter. That meaning like, take a 1 to 10 where maybe Lady Di or Elvis or John Lennon or JFK or whoever might have really affected you. That could be a 9 or a 10 where you're really depressed. Or someone else that's like famous, but, whatever. He was kind of a 2 or a 3. But he did bring back memories because I went to a concert of his 20-some years ago. Good Lordy, that's a long time. But yeah, went by in a flash like it does as we get older. Hey, boomers. And I want to share a little bit about what I learned from being ignorant back in that time to not being open. And so the way it went down was I was recently divorced, living in a van down by the river, and I was sowing my oats, to use an old saying, a boomer saying. I was out there, man, just drinking heavy, reliving my chaos, acting like a college kid, just out of control, and it wasn't pretty. But somehow I managed to start dating this really wonderful, sweet, beautiful lady, and she had procured a couple of Toby Keith tickets, which I think at that time I had heard of him. You got to realize this is like 20-some years ago. I went back and actually looked at the date because I really was vague about it, but it was early 2001, the infamous 2001 year. And so we went. I said, hell yeah, let's give it a shot, For me, it was just another excuse to go have a party. So I don't remember all the details. I'll try to fuzzily put them together. I can guarantee you that I pre-gamed, and I was probably hammered. Went down to this wonderful amphitheater south of San Diego, in Chula Vista, California, and I remember we had really nice seats about 15 rows back, and it probably went something like I sat down and I was like, hey, country and western, because at that point, like I said, I was just a mess, and I thought I was some like tortured artist like Jim Morrison laying slam drunk in a gutter or something, and really clueless, but probably sat down and was like, come on, country boy, entertain me. So I know I was judgmental, came in with the wrong attitude. I do remember that. And as the show went on, he had go-go girls dancing in bird cages, these giant bird cages behind him on stage. And I was scoffing at that. I'm thinking, what's he trying to be, a rock and roller? He's a country and western dude. But, now that I think back, what was I thinking? Oh my gosh, who doesn't love a go-go dancer in a cage? But yeah, so the concert went on, a few more songs, and then he broke out and sang a song a cappella. And that's when I looked at my girl and I said, let's get out of here. So we split. We actually left the concert while it was going on. Whatever it was, 6 months later, the infamous 9/11 took place, and we all remember that as boomers, how heavy and sad and frustrating and angry we all got. And then, they had the concert for it, and then everybody started coming out with their tribute songs. And Toby Keith came out with one, courtesy of the Red, White, and Blue, and that was his tribute song. And I remember hearing it because, you couldn't help but hear basically all the tribute songs. And some of them I liked, some of them I didn't. I didn't particularly like his. I thought, whatever, But I liked, he had some line in there that he said, mess with the USA and we'll put a boot in your ass or something like that. And I thought that was pretty clever. I liked that because we all just wanted to kick some ass at that point, the anger, Then as time hurtled and tumbled forward, as time is known to do, just a couple years ago, I saw a video of him with Willie Nelson singing a song called Beer for My Horses. And I really liked that tune. I mean, I was open to it, because it was Willie. I like me some Willie. Then more recently, in my music listening world, I heard a couple of tunes with him and Jimmy Buffett. Now, I still didn't and don't know really any of Toby Keith's music catalog. But at that point, I had to admit, hey, this dude's got to have talent. I mean, he's collaborating with a couple of artists that I think are just brilliant. I mean, come on, you got Willie Nelson and Jimmy Buffett. What's not to love? I mean, I get it. Maybe you don't like any of these artists. Music's very subjective, but there's a lot of talent there. Can't really be denied. But still didn't move the needle for me on old Toby, the Tobster, the Tobalicious. But then something happened. It happened. I got to preface this by saying it's been a good decade or so. My son and I started a kind of a tradition where if there was somebody famous that we both knew died and we found out, we would text one another with the person's name followed by the word out. For instance, Toby Keith out. And I got that text from my son. So I knew he had passed. And like I said, it didn't really affect me as far as celebrity deaths go at that point. But as fate would have it, I was scrolling around on the internet and I came across a video of Toby Keith singing at an award show. I guess it was one of his last performances, live performances at least. And his wife was sitting in the front row, and he sang this song called Don't Let the Old Man In. Now, I don't know if you've heard of that song or listened to it, but let me tell you something, folks. Whew. That song just hit home on me, hit me like a ton of bricks because being a boomer, as you get a little older, you start realizing you aren't as spry as you used to be. There's not as many days left. I mean, every day is a blessing, obviously. But man, we try to keep that youthful energy going, that youthful brain waves working. And that song, man, gosh, it was just beautiful. It was beautifully crafted, well written. He delivered it just wonderfully, and it was magnificent, and it really made me think. And as I watched it, it made me cry. Yeah, so for that song, that soulful song that Toby Keith sang, I'm so grateful that he was in this world. And I got to look back, and I'm sorry that I was such an ignorant fool and a judgmental ass that I never let his music in earlier, and it's my loss, all because I was a drunken idiot, closed off. And so now I'm kind of excited because it's almost like I found a new artist. I got him on my Pandora list, and I'm going to watch some videos of him. And so that's the silver lining. But the real lesson in this is don't be quick to judge, which I know we all judge. It's kind of natural, but something I work on all the time. I am too quick to be a judgmental, just a-hole, and I got to stop it. I mean, maybe if I wouldn't have judged him so harsh and hung out and watched the end of that concert, I mean, who knows? The old butterfly effect, right? That little ripple. Obviously, my life would have been different. I don't know if there would have been any major changes or anything. I guess only the parallel universe can answer that question. Yeah, but that beautiful, sweet girl, she's long gone. I don't think it had anything to do with me asking her to leave the concert, because we still had a good time for a while, but she finally probably realized, dude, you're drinking too much. Stop it. So now I'm trying to keep my mind open, very wide open, and don't judge. Just kind of let the thing unfold in front of me, ponder it, and hey, good things can happen, right? You know, as long as you're paying attention, just magic happens in this life in front of us. Just let it happen. Keep your eyes on the road, your hands upon the wheel. Anyway, I'm glad I finally opened up to him and gave his music a chance. So thank you, Toby Keith. You, sir, you're going to be a welcome addition to that music scene, that big old beautiful band jamming in the sky. And thank you, you, talking to you for joining me today. Until next time, peace and love. See ya.